We say, I'm Bamba, Dr. Rain, a year show. So, any day more about no more than I share video, no, Eddie, Amami, come. And enumerate a between Koma Alpha, a year Vice President Alaji, a year Bawumia. Yaya said this year, election year. Election year, and so the senior TBA, no, I'm paying for. Ja, one more beso mudi anim omutai ene eye Ghana man omutai ne yehia. Na wo mu ne yehia de omutai ye ne sebiu. Wo mu eka kire eye Ghana fo nyina. Wo mu visions, wo mu plans. Akwan ya ompese omudi oman no efa so. Enu nti enra eye Alhaji Bawumia. Ja obo modern ne Ghana fo one nyina twetwe nkomo. Ne nkomodie ni mu ensem a wode tu dwa ena mpese me no mienu. Yedi saa enkomo. Asema ora John a friend is saying Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia de tu dwa no enyina ne se wohwemu a wo man Ghana kuro nim no sebiu ono ene nipa se yeto abade yi no a obe fight corruption enunti ene ebedi ho nkomo maka jo se me stakeholder ewo oman Ghana nim na wonso a we Ghana ni bia nso no wonso eja you are a stakeholder in our development. Minia, you have to speak out for your voices to be heard. Etienne yebedi nkomo na eja ya pensem na ya hwe owura Bawumia ne nsem a odi tutu dwa. Enra me catch you say to me ne de ne nsem bebre no a odi tu dwa no. No cred wama no cred endi n'animu kan. And I will quote me a friend is saying, come on, me quote John 8:32. John 8:32. I will share the video. John 8:32. Assemble and what John 8:32. Very simple. It says, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." So we no kre no na no kre no be den. Ebe mo wada wo so. Eno ana ejame susu se. Elake ewo eye Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia enra. The speech a oni wo man Ghana fo. Oni ye twetwe nkomo a wodi tu dwa. And he saying, the speech ni be say there will be no emission levy under his administration. Obibebusa said Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia abanya wotisui oka ho bi ana onka ho bi. Abanya wotisui Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia oka ho bi pa. Ye tiene say abanyu kra no ye ka vice president ye Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ono ene ye the vice president of our dear nation. Abusia say me no ka say nipa wo fa Bawumia ese ne vice president no the running mate no eye owura na ado dankwa ekufu ado wokyerɛkyerɛ mu de enti a wo fa abranti ana papa yi a ene wonya 60 years yi ne running mate ne nkyerɛkyerɛ mu nyina ne sɛ ono de osusu sɛ aban dada bi ana wo mo so wo mo sɛ Ghana economy enti no opɛ obi a waben wo economy insensemu eno nti ana okofa Alhaji Bawumia ede be ye the running mate. Internet say di pefe say from the onset no na Bawumia knows his job. Ejuma wo ba be ye. Ene so obeboa ma economy no a Akufo-Addo kan say NDC fo asay no wo ba no aba be siesie. So Bawumia knew the exact job no ba be ye. Enunti, when he was in opposition, Adeba Kwan or tie a ye pan say, no, ye lectures on any part edding common or coffee film or call universities. Lectures say, when a Ghana for a din common, then common dear now was about the economy How we move from taxation to production. How when the fundamentals are weak, the city will expose you. Not Bawumia yen say on the political party nya kwenya. The way our economy no atitia pansam no, they were going to do better than the previous government. Sebio, Nyamincha the NPP won election in 2016. In 2016, NPP ebomodian for the economic management team. Omofa one more that economy nano. Now machine no to tunyoma ye because no to say yesika sem no enkoye. Now guess what? Dr. Alaji Bawumia ene dindi Kokoteasua Bawumia James Brown no. Ono ene fa no a obeyede obeda no. Now so wutie nenumu kasa emre bi eto dwa ebeto ye no o magana fo nyina ehunu se wono Alaji Bawumia wachi dollar because dollar no na ho ne mriketu a wotu no wogu Ghana cedi eni mu ase ti Bawumia so wachi dollar no or the dollar no ebo modern akoma upon buenu the then IGP say wonfa dollar no ensie yourselves e manim breaki. And at that time my boy in same man no me your friend the economic whiskey. What do you say? Economic whiskey. Now enra utie ni nkomom ene ne kasa mu a and someone was kind when he was in opposition and consistently drawing our attention, said the vice president then, and Mr. Atta Abon, now we nim a human any so, and indeed, on sorry free war on an abine now womumrano. And it tells you clearly, said Bawumia unim how to solve the problems of Ghana. Now, Matisse, and now Onwangasa say he was just a driver's mate. It was just say he was a mate and or help a driver no because mate be a the human so obey day obeboa the driver and ameboa. And this was your driver's mate there. Now see the car ni free circle quotation wa and the kotema and the kosa common no dia. A mate na jisika obe make sure say accountability ebe ya adwuma embusa o per his own assumption and now say his own admission say he is the driver's mate no embusa say accountability when it comes to the finances of the nation, you know, as a mate, you know, otimi jiji sika hwe so ye di maya na because mate bi ajiji sika no a omo korrechi wo mo destination a no the sika na man the driver say ekwan a ye free circle eba eye a friend saying Regimanual estate and asa commono estate no ana tema no sika majiji ye no enie man fa bia nhye me boxes no man fa bia nhye me drawers no accountability. But we di enya sa na Bawumia watch say the driver no a wode nam no driver na bon according to Bawumia was say driver na dey wa bon onim de it driver na wa bon no a wonim de no de e de Ghana share nsa no adwuma no obeye no ebe so ani asen yen driver no a one yen etu kwan. Now mami musawo, you know, because we are having a conversation. I mean, champion for why you know, I don't know my device no, or more Facebook no, I'm struggling to see or more to acknowledge their presence. Mr. Waubana Mimbo, the Afachem, I'm just having some. I'm saying Facebook now, I can't see any. Anyway, Nobu is here, a year, Urabu say, Ayite Sasrekuha. Felida Waha say, Aminu Waha, Bernard Waha say, Ewe TV Waha, Oko YouTube, so I watch it, and so Ewa say. Now, yan try and common so bear in mind, my mouth quotation be, John 8:32, I say, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. The truth, no, and it said, Bawumia, and Beso Bekano Creno. No credit in an say, Amemono, our my Ghana, Yebu, you know. Me, in my understanding, and from what Akufo-Addo told us before he became the president of the Republic of Ghana, they say, what the akrebi ba, abrantie bi ba, na abrantie no being when it comes to the economy of our nation. And yes, I'm sure someone so kai. Akufo-Addo told us, I said, what the abrantie bi ba na abrantie na de, or you're very, very good, and he is going to ensure. So the cedi depreciation of Beswano, I'm more catcher and say, during Kufuor's time, the value is the same, you know, but Bawumia was the one behind it. Am I hearing free and same way? And you say, if Bawumia was the reason behind the cedi depreciation against the dollar, and your friend is saying, cedi appreciating against the dollar during Kufuor's time there, how come said today that he is the vice president? He is telling us otherwise. Because Akufo-Addo mietiasi say, Kufuor sika semwa etumi tutu ni ye no a ejina ne naso no according to Akufo-Addo na ne nyina no awodene dodo no nyansa ne nimudia no na free Alhaji Bawumia. Samre no he was just a deputy governor. And the position mu edu or the vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Your constitution in fact, he is the only person a constitution man who can say even the president cannot sack him. Even the president, the constitution, and money to me, man, and sack vice president. This one will resign. He said the aka time on one gasa a free swap will be full from Beshana. Now, young Kwandim, because I want us to assess and interrogate a year Bawumia, then Sembia with their trouble. Ebini say, or say, Yamanakwenya, there will be no emission levy under my administration. Now, Bawumia is not an opposition leader. He is not a third force leader, Tofiakwa. Bawumia is a member of this MPP party, introducing emission tax. So what is Bawumia saying? Who is he speaking to? Who is Bawumia trying to lie to? Especially when his own, Emmanuel Mwakwaba, especially when his own government and the introduction of emission taxing. So I'm so surprised, and I'll say this, I'm surprised, and I'll address this. I'm very disappointed in this former president, John Ejekum Kufuor. But I am not surprised, even though I'm disappointed in him. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because, you see, President Ejekum Kufuor is not being consistent with Ghanaians when it comes to his utterances and defense of this particular government. Now, I say this because no President Kufuor no, and Sembi Efrina Noa, or they kafat Bawumia ho. Any the actions are ye free Bawumia ho. Ebra. Now, opportunity say John Ejekum Kufuor utifie. Now, o man want to tear pansam say, and you still throw your support behind Bawumia. Then I ask myself, when Sebio, when Nimunyam nyansa, Eso the year, Juman, Sebio ewa himfa. Is it because in the name of politics in tea, I should hide the truth? Baby, a winning edui, sika won't find yeshi bim wa brabum. It is the Audia can say, Dinokrana cano crema or my Ghana. And so Raku for say, or no dear. On kanokre endi nokre mfama o my Ghana. And this is very sad. Opinion or tese no. At this particular age, I no anga sebio. Men kind of yaw the yiri wu yenche. I so who say sebio. The aka say me di nokra ma me mind me few years here na me de beche me. And I'll be honest, faithful, truthful to my nation. But any Oracle so already will throw the support at the time Bawumia because he's the man of the moment. I am really surprised. You see, even though not too surprised, but I was thinking, say, at least the didn't know ever bonny pusa. I'm going to say, Sebio. Obema adwene no aye den aye adwuma. But yeah. But in any case, Kufona Mumno, under his regime, any ton Ghana Telecom, any koji Vodafone Sika fufu. Under Kufuor's time, you ton Ghana a year Telecom, you ton the fufu. And the industry are a booming telecommunication industry. But Kufuor did not see the need to expand and protect the Ghana Telecom. And then he sold it. And Vodafone for better. And Vodafone for so crano, or my tongue, or a friend is saying, Vodafone, or my tongue, they are a different company. And any company no a Vodafone, and Vodafone be or my tongue. MPP for the SR no they don't build. When you build, they either rename or they will sell it. Because they don't have the brains, especially most of them don't have the brains to build. Now, young Kwanim, you see, in every society, in every society, if a society will progress, it's the truth, no crowd will be so. And that is why many a times people that come here and they follow Dr. Ren, will be Obano Yendis in America, no crana Chinese, and then the bufu. Because many people don't like the truth. Sans no go no MPP no Obama platforms na mechanic cranoa, na the bufu, because many people don't like the truth. Because in Ghana, we are people ye mayan kano kreno ye kata no kreno ye muamua no kreno so. We are not a people we are bold to speak out when things are going wrong. Ye beka say hey na me nkoka why na nkoka there be. Enu nti na ama no kreka e wo man Ghana nimu aye thing. Enti si esusu say we NDC ni a kobone kra don't say it, keep quiet. We MPP near don't say it, keep quiet. And that is the character of Kufuor. In the name of politics, no. Or mine no say, but he is defending. Nipa was say or mine no. Or mine no say, but Kufuor is telling you, say, Bawumia is the man of the moment. That is the problem. And that is why I take time to use my medium to inform and educate you, the viewers. Say, no matter which political party you belong, be honest and truthful to Ghana first, not political party first. Because if you are not truthful, and then you say, in the name of politics, in Timin Dinokra, we'll get people that will always take advantage. Because they believe that the followers will still follow them, irrespective of their deceitful character and behavior and attitude towards us. So today you see a whole former president who ought to know better supporting Bawumia. It's because he is a dishonest man. and he lacks the truth. And the Bible says in John 8:32, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So you see, Kufuor, he's not free. When you sit somewhere, you might think he's free. Mentally, he is not free. So he has become a zombie, a yo-yo. He's being tossed to and fro. There was a lot of, chaos. I said, because he's not a man who is organized in his thinking and his thoughts. Because the sikape awunya die the MPP party no esinanim over the nation Ghana. And you see the way today, you don't even want to even recognize him or numpo na na president to be with my Ghana. So society that value truth, they do greater things. They do exploit. They do magnificent things. So when you go to countries that you see, say, development or what, it means the citizens value truth. And it's important for us to understand, say, in our politics as a nation, as citizens, we must learn to value truth. Because if we don't value the truth, we will vote people who are men and women of deceit, men and women who are chameleons, people who don't have any good character, leading our great nation. That is why today people are clamoring, people are shouting that we should vote for Alhaji Muhammadu Kokoteasua Bawumia James Brown. Because the people don't value the truth. If you value truth, Bawumia will never be your choice. If you respect your mother Ghana, if you are a patriotic citizen, and if you love your nation in Sadia Moakwa, Chris Michia, Prince Adams, and okay, I see you. If you are somebody who value truth, and your standard in this life is to go after everything and anything truthful, Bawumia will not have a space in our discourse at this particular time. Because everything that he blamed the late Emisa Atta, he has done worse of it. Many of the things that he said when he was in opposition, given the chance today, cannot even perform. Joseph Emisa cannot even perform what the late Emisa Atta did. This is a man who was asking a vice president questions, not the president too. He was asking the vice president questions to answer. Today, he is the vice president and he cannot even answer his own questions because he is a man who doesn't value truth. And you see, when I listen to or reading Bawumia's bold solution for Ghana, then I ask myself, this is not any bold steps, because there is nothing in this speech that inspire me, the Ghanaian. These are not bold steps. Other countries are making bold steps. They put their ideas down and people clap for them. What Bawumia engaged us with yesterday is utterances were full of gymnastics, full of kwasasayo, full of mami odende, full of mami bodondo papesa. That is why he was continuously nodding his head like a toad, dancing to his own tune, because he knows that the majority of the people seated in front of them are illiterate. People who cannot read, people who cannot understand. So he was just shouting, screaming, as if he was an opposition leader. Now I've come to the understanding why my good brother Opariado of NDC, when I interviewed him years ago, and it's about 5 years ago, and he said, Dr. Ren, this Bawumia is a comedian. He doesn't even believe in the things he himself says. But it's because Ghana is so partisan and people cannot reason beyond their political party colors. That is why somebody like Bawumia can find his way into the discourse of making sure that we come out of poverty. So, the value of truth, I don't see it in Bawumia. And for me, knowing truth, it sets man free. Because truth is about illumination, enlightenment. Without we being truthful to our nation, we cannot get our people out of poverty. Now, another thing, Bawumia's team are not being honest with the fact. And I listened to Kojo Opon Nkrumah, and he is referred as Zanku during his days in Kivas. I listened to him and Kojo Opon Nkrumah saying that they have created more jobs for millions of Ghanaians. Now, Kojo is not being honest with the fact. That is number two, point number two. Kojo is not being accurate with the fact. Because, according to the Statistical Service of Ghana, Ghana Statistical Service, there are more unemployment in the nation. So how come they have created more jobs and yet there is unemployment on the rise? I thought that if you have created more unemployment among the youth, it should be the other way around. But rather, we are seeing the ratio of unemployment going higher and higher. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when people like this speak, know that in politics, they don't value the truth. So they will say anything and everything to win power. Because they know that millions of Ghanaians, almost 10 million of Ghanaians. 10 million of Ghanaians are illiterate. That is why some of us, we come through these mediums to have a conversation with you. And that conversation is to make you a thinker. To think. Efa in some way, Omoba abontin be kachre. Because we mind Ghana in Yawamodia. We are a stakeholder. As long as you're a Ghanaian citizen, you are a stakeholder. And anything I'm paying for say, ma wo mind no yaw, men kase won fam. Because wa ma wo mind no wan yaw in kontompofo. Kokoteasua Bawumia James Brown mo. Omo di mfutro begu ani. Omo di ntro e di ediaso. Omo di ndada ni nkontompo e di otu o minus. Now they are tossing me answer. Me come in some me say John chapter 8:32. And I'm a day assessing. Ora Muhammadu Bawumia. Kokoteasua Bola. You see, this verse is very wonderful. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. It's a wonderful promise that if we take it serious as a nation, our politicians will respect us and would not dare attempt to lie to us when we have the facts. What is the fact today? The fact is simple. Ghana is a broke nation. Ghana has gone to IMF. We can't pay our salaries, workers. That is the reason why we've run to IMF. But because we don't value this wonderful promise and to take into account the seriousness of valuing truthfulness, every day we will get people who are worse and worse and worse as leaders. So you might think that Mahama was bad, was worse. Before you realize, Akufo-Addo are more worse than Mahama. And so if you think Akufo-Addo is worse, if you don't value the truth, you go and then you vote for another useless and worse person to lead our nation. And how can we, somebody who may ask, how can we ensure that we uphold the value for truth? You are a political fanatics or somebody who believes in your political party. You party no say you bonny, say you bonny, no waka you don't uphold them, you don't question them. Thank you, sir. Ebenezer. If we begin to start asking our political parties question, our own political party question, and let them understand and say, yes, we love our political party, but we will question you. Because in some way, I will catch the Nyansa him. The Nyansa woman, we will applaud you. But where we feel, say, no, wait the entire Yembusa, without being afraid. I have shared the Bawumia. A kind. Or say, Ono ni momno ye to apamanwa. Ono momba be solve problems a ono any political party are creating. Now, the question here is how can you, the person who created the problem, turn around and tell us, say, you have the solution to the problems one kasawa create? When especially your time is not over. Your political party created these problems. You are the vice president. Your time of office is still not over. And you are saying, say, when we vote for you, you abolish emission tax. You are telling us, say, when we vote for you, you abolish e-levy. For Christ's sake, this is an insult to the minds of our people. Knowing very well that you are the cause of the problem. And you still have enough time to solve these problems. What is preventing you? Because you are paid as a vice president. Your vice president, we pay you to be vice president. It's not for free. So in this sense, Bawumia is telling us that Ghanaians are paying him for free. He's doing no jack. Then why don't you resign and wait for 2025? Because we are still paying you. So get out of the kitchen. If the person that you and him are preparing the soup is not listening to you and taking your instruction, get out of the kitchen and let another person come, because we are paying for your service. It's not as if it is free. The last time I was going to cracker because say building a down pen. We are now man the dog, you know. But Bawumia said, Yamma Ghana, Yamman Aquena won't Tiana Ereka. Can you imagine? Ladies and gentlemen, can you think for once about what this Kokoteasua Bawumia, James Brown, Bola is telling the nation? I've got 11 months. I'm not going to do anything. I will wait when you people vote for me as president. I'm not an opposition leader. I am the vice president of the Republic of Ghana. But I'm not going to do anything to solve your problems. I will continuously take salary, but I won't solve the problems. I will only solve the problems when you vote for me and in 2025. But who said 2025 is even guaranteed? Maybe if you solve the problems now, it will definitely and automatically help the nation progress. But this man, Kokoteasua Bola, he's not going to solve the problems. Ghanaians should die. Ghanaians should go through the devilish implementation of e-levy, the wickedness of Bawumia himself. And after going through this wickedness, we should crown him as the president by voting for him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is something that I still can't fathom. Because clearly, if this man is not suffering from Pseudologia Fantastica. He would have given us some respect. But he is saying that he is going to solve this problem in future, not now. He is the vice president too. And that is why I genuinely think that Bawumia sees every Ghanaian in his spectacle that many of us and the likes of Opariado saw him to be years ago. He sees us as comedians. He sees every Ghanaian as a foolish person. If not, tell me, why is he waiting to be the president before he solves the problems that he himself created? Tell me. It means that he sees you and I as a fool. Let me tell you, 2024 election is the election a bit determined say Ghana for Sebio for ana for. The outcome of 2024 will determine say for Sebio ana say maya yedwene. If it was a francophone country, I tell you what. The enka AC or Burkina no ke bi esi. The AC or Mali nke bi esi. The AC or Niger nke bi esi, because the francophones don't entertain and tolerate nonsense. And that's what my brother Wadada is saying. Your problem na wo kro no. As soon at your pain for ni adwene say, we must solve problems. Now this man Bawumia says is oba. Pardon me. Obecha national service. Now let me read to you the law on the national service. I've told you, sir Bawumia, where Judas, he is a betrayer. He is greedy for power. He is too desperate for power. Now hear him. A bit sharp. Many of the things about Bawumia can never say one winning home. But I know sir on winning home because only engineer you did training. Only engineer you did training. Because we want to say Bibia a comedy. Bibia ni jokes. And ye bubukala le win mo. It's only the office everything is funny. Because we don't have leaders in Ghana anymore. We have comedians. Everything is acting. Everything is just play. Because our bellies are full. What does the law on national service says? A preamble. The National Service Program is a compulsory 1-year service required of all citizens of Ghana who are 18 years and above at the time of deployment. The scheme, which started in 1973, now operates under Article 426 of 1980. The objective of the scheme now listen to this. And this is a man saying, Obetrim. Already Ghanaians are struggling to be patriotic. So if there is anything we need now, we need for people to be on this national service to serve the nation. Because Singapore for they serve the nation. That is why the TikTok Peruvian and say America almost suffering. Because why China knows that I'm a Singaporean. So I've served in the army. I've paid my dues. He's patriotic. He's bold to declare that he's a Singaporean in the land of America. He was not ashamed. And when I listen to Bawumia, one thing is sure, and it's that they know that the country will play too much. And because we play too much, these so-called leaders are playing with the minds of Ghanaians. Now, Oko China now, our minister be a sentencing of death for taking bribe, $16 million. You see a kukuno. Niaji asset ni be bia. Even if Abu Diabakran or Tomani ba, ye jinini na, they be confiscated for the state. Ye was Sicilia da Panama movie at 2 million. Ye wo Eugene Henmoa. Na sebi tekuni sempua umunibi ene e Japadi omaye sika omawia ebru 16 million. And Bawumia is saying to us, he is the only leader that can fight corruption. When under his own government, he cannot fight the corruption. Ni fie po nsiesie yo. Ni fie fo no omu wia sika. A wo ka ho bi. Odi tintima wo mu no. Ontimi solve corruption. And clearly Bawumia is a big joker and a big fat liar. And that is why I keep telling you people that this Bawumia is suffering from pseudologia fantastica. Maybe perhaps you've not heard or until that. Maybe your physio doctor, maybe asemu awoke die saa yare awoke die yenimu edi adia pseudologia fantastica yi na nsi etati se utai kan. So Yakas will be suffer from pseudologia fantastica. It simply means that lying has become common with the person. In everyday interaction of Dr. Bawumia with the Ghanaian, no odin in tronkwa. Every day on ebedin common and tronkwa. No value for truth, no value for respect, and tronkwa. So now it's part of him. I should be a obokro no be shop. Bibi kitu ebi kura no owia. Sana Bawumia de any chance obenya on Ghana for bekasa. Obetwa yatro. Obedi ya ho fem. Obawosuniti. No osreying, thank you so much. A chronic liar. He always seems to be telling us false statement for seemingly no purpose at all. He's always telling us false statement. Hello. Navy, I see you. So Bawumia ne kasa entro nkwa. In the MPP for Pobi so kodi ntro a na dey asoma Bawumia. 8 million Ghanaians omo illiterate kodi atoro kire wo mo and confuse the mind. Sa no dia bedu nei. The same behavior, the attitude, it stinks. Let me see. I know of a friend, my very good friend, a very, very good friend from this Kumasi royal family, Nibi. And the boy lives here with me. Very honest, intelligent, clever guy who works, in one of the highest security agencies in this country and all over the world. One of the topmost. America, CIA for Nibi. Very brilliant. The guy just went to work with Dr. Bawumia for 1 month. He wanted to see Dr. Bawumia. 1 month. 1 month now, so 2 weeks pepe and we free Ghana back to UK. And I'm going to say, Aden. Some of them say, Unia. Now me feel say a Kufuadu as some say corruption, no. MPP for leaders near corrupt. And I thought some people were just joking, no. But truly, when I went to Ghana, I saw it with my naked eyes. That Bawumia is a corrupt man. Sikano said, yeah, they found the office, so OG, Sikano, so watching on the office, OG corrupt money, OG, and I felt to say these people have no empathy and sympathy to the plights of what Ghanaians are going through. And people like that, I cannot stay and work with them. And he left and he came back to UK. And when he came, the vice president himself called him on the phone several times. This man is corrupt. As a journalist, my duty is to inform you. I am the mediator between the source of the information to you watching me. And if I'm here talking about Bawumia, I'm not here talking about him to denigrate him. I'm a stakeholder as a Ghanaian. Many of our people will not suffer. Going through Libya, going through Iraq, going through Afghanistan, going through Lithuania or Estonia, going through the difficulties. When we have everything that it takes for us to be a prosperous country. So clearly and truly, Alhaji Bawumia you'll be our kanokre. And until citizen Akam, Ghana is far from achieving economic prosperity to build a nation akin to China, Singapore, Malaysia, or even Western countries. Stringent principles and ethics are essential. We often overlook critical issues such as corruption and mismanagement, taking them for granted. And that is the truth. And that is why I'm saying that in any society where they place value on truth, that society, they do exploit, they do greater things. And that is why when you come to United Kingdom, many of you don't know that United Kingdom is made up of 4 countries. United Kingdom is made up of 4 countries. Countries mean 9. 4. There was Scotland. There was Wales. There was England. And there was a year Northern Ireland. There were 4. There were Kruma. Eti. What to Krumu? Nasa sebio. You are not valuing the importance of truth. We will continuously be led by fools, wicked men, thieves, criminals, because they don't value the truth. Now we are told to say, oh, Bawumia, he left, 1 peninsula. Now E-levy time no buy, he was against the E-levy. Enya Bawumia ne yere no moti E-levy asi. Mo am YouTube se mo. Enya Bawumia ne yere no. Enya ne yere ni. Enya no moti E-levy no asi. Amen kyerɛ wo. Enya Bawumia mu ni. Ana etwa E-levy cake. Enya wo mu ni. Enti why na da me ne wo bi enu e. Why na da me ne wo bi enu say oh Bawumia de woni mu ho hwe. As a matter of fact, I mean share assembly upon nkruma e de betu bia. Oni upon nkruma oni. Upon nkruma so ma o kan eni. Making camera more YouTube. Mamo have will expose them one by one. I've told you, say, Obi be obey na adwene say, Opesu would di my name. I, Dr. Ren, I will do the interrogations. Now, date near 14th April 2022, and this is coming from a friend is saying, Kokoteasua Bawumia. Or see, Bawumia was instrumental in drafting E-levy task. We could your point from America only. In we cry, there's some kind story in our cry because headline no cry enough for you. Look, this is it. And then you make a just about Bawumia only because you see and China Ghana for refit nampa on also be used to the same trump card no. Ghana for by now more refit because about me only more shame. Won him any Kojo Upon Nkrumah. Information Minister Kojo Upon Nkrumah has revealed that Vice President Bawumia is one of the important brains. I love it. Oh, freedom fighters, clap for your hands. Papa Baby Bro, clap for your hands. Hey, Citizen Kwame Educate, Charlie Ebenezer, Charlie Mabel, Yabo Ejuma. Yabo Ejuma. Mami Kinkai Bill, Namunti. Or say, Kojo Upon Nkrumah confirms. Information Minister Kojo Upon Nkrumah has revealed that Vice President Bawumia is one of the important brains behind the crafting of the obnoxious electronic transfer levy. Speaking on CTTV Big Issue, Upon Nkrumah explained that because of Bawumia's foundational role in the formation of the E-levy, it was totally unnecessary to pressure him to speak about the E-levy. These people are how much 360. Obviously, and the E-levy no Bawumia and Kahu. Na Bawumia say, "Woba E-levy no be trim." Meanwhile, no Bawumia no stars. That is why I'm telling you, people watching me, that the most dangerous human being in Ghana is Bawumia. He's very dangerous. People who do not accept their blames are very, very dangerous. They are killers. They are wicked souls. And that is my fear for the nation. That is why my brother Black Rasta says, Bawumia be president, obe too free crony. He knows Bawumia. If you go to Boku and Toko Awamu Kunyina, Bawumia knows something about it. Go here, Boku. People are killing themselves. Bawumia knows something about it. He has no solution for Ghana. He's very, very wicked soul. He's an evil soul. He's not honest even to his own religion as a Muslim. And down, full of deception and lies. And upon Nkrumah, he was instrumental in the drafting of E-levy tax. He is the brain behind it. And then he will come Nicodemously late in the night and tell you he has no hand in it. Fear such a man. Fear such a person. That is why I have told you that if you think Akufo-Addo is wicked, evil, then Bawumia is times 10 of Akufo-Addo. Ladies and gentlemen, And now we came to assess only the speech of Bawumia, how untruthful he is, and how he does not place value on speaking truth to the nation. I know, sir, later in the evening, I'll come your way and we'll have conversation. These people are people who do not value truth. These people are people who are not honest with the facts. That is why they are full of deceit. Let us not give them any chance to lead us anymore. Thank you. God bless you. And then you read. You better. Peace.